First strategy. First strategy is about planning. About planning. I tried to make it kind of logically in the order, but we'll see if that would work. This is not for everyone. How many of you are working when in your business on projects? Which means that you have a project that takes some time, you need to start it, you need to finish it, then you get paid. How many of you work this way? I want to show you how you usually work and how you can work a little bit different. Those of you that works on project, let's assume that you have a couple of projects going on at the same time. How many of you, when you have project, you have more than one at the same time, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have a few projects. Let's say just for the sake of demonstration that you have 3 projects going on right now. And let's say just for the sake of explanation is that each project to complete, you need 3 weeks, 3 working weeks. Is that okay? Okay. So if your project are 3 days, usually it doesn't matter. Just, do the same thing. So usually what we're doing, the way we're working, is we're working this way. We do 1 week for project A, and then we take some time to do project B, and then we take some time to do project C, and again A, B. That's when we have those 3 projects running at a time. Most people will work this way. A, B, C, A, B, and C. Would you agree? Okay, so that's most of the people that works when they have more than one project. They will work on all the project at the same time. So they spend a few hours, a few days, or a few weeks on one project, then go to the second, then go to the third, and then come spend some time on the first one, etc. I know that I did that for many, many years. Okay, so I would have a training to develop, and I would have a marketing to do, and I would have a territory to open, and I would spend sometimes on developing the training, sometimes on the marketing, sometimes on developing a new territory, and then go back to that. Recognizable? All right. There is a problem with this way of running a project or planning a project. Okay. Let's assume, for the sake of, again, to make it simple, is that you get paid at the end of the project when you deliver your website, when you deliver the design, when you deliver the text. Okay. So when is the first time that you're going to get paid? If each one of those is a week. After? No. What is at the end? For project A, when will you get paid? Here, right? This is after 7 weeks. Right? So you'll get paid for the first time after 7 weeks for project A. For project B, you're going to get after 8 weeks. Right? And for project C, you're going to get from the start after 9 weeks. There is a better way to do that. And, it makes sense and it sounds like a little detail, but most people don't do that. So if you do it, you'll see your business accelerating big time. What you want to do is you take 3 projects. That's okay, no problem. But what you're going to do is that you're going to spend 3 weeks on project A until you finish it. And then you go and you're doing project B for 3 full weeks until you finish it. And then you do project C for 3 weeks until you finish it. Makes sense, right? We just don't do it, but it makes sense. Now what happens? When do you get paid first? After 3 weeks you got paid first. Okay? When do you get paid second? After 6 weeks. And then for the third time after 9 weeks. Okay? Is it making clear which way is better for you? Which one is better for you? The second one, right? This one is better for you. Now, which one is better for the client? Also the second, right? Because when I'm your client, I want to get the job done as fast as possible. So if I was project 1, I will get within 3 weeks. If I was project B, I would get it in 6 weeks instead of 8 weeks. And if I was project C, I'm getting it in the same time I would get it anyway. Do you see? Moving to this way, it's a win-win. But there's another win there, which most of us, if you think about it, you know that it's true, is that if I will work this way, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, I might take 3 weeks. But when I spend those time together, it's not going to take me 3 weeks. Would you agree? Because you're focused, because that's the only thing you do. So probably it will take you 10 days. Does that make sense? So actually, it might take you only AA before you can move to project, before you can deliver, get paid, and move to project B. Is that making sense? This sounds like a detail, but it's not a detail, guys. It's when I saw that, and let's put it this way, when I understood that, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. It changes your cash flow. It changes the ability of you to taking more projects. It changes the quality of your work many times. Okay, and I know that some of you are multitaskers and you like multitasking, and it doesn't matter what I'll tell you about how bad it is multitasking, you still like it. I'll show you how to multitask with that also. Okay, there is a way to multitask with it, which is very valuable. But for now, do you understand the way of planning the projects? Okay, now the nice thing about it is that while you're working this way, let's say on project A, because it's going to take you less than 3 weeks probably, so you have some free time, right? What do you want to do with the free time? No, you don't want to start project B. You want to do something else. What? Well, celebrate, but not too long. Celebrate. We're talking, guys, we're talking about growing your business, right? We're talking about, you want to do the marketing for what? For project D. For project D, which means that while you're here, you already create a chance for project D. Now, the nice thing is that you're going to tell them, listen, when they come to you, you're going to tell them, listen, I can shove you in, but it's going to be in, I'm going to start the project in 9 weeks. You know exactly when you can start it, and I'm going to finish it in 12 weeks, right? Now, they want the project now, but you tell them, listen, I can only start it in 9 weeks. First of all, you just created for yourself this. Would you agree? I mean, I have this shiatsu guy that I used to go when I had something with my back or whatever it is. The first time I called in order to make an appointment, he had the appointment I could make, he could shove me in 4.5 months in advance. And I had pains in my back. Do you think I went to somebody else? No. No. If somebody has such a line of waiting list, you wait. Most of us wait. Because, you know, it just puts, if that person has such a waiting list, there's a reason for that. Would you agree? I mean, it's in everything. It's in restaurants, and it's in doctors, and it's with everyone. So first of all, you're not going to lose clients this way. You're actually going to gain clients this way, because your people are going to spread the news and says, listen, you better order now your graphic design, because you can do that only after the summer. Some people know that. Okay, some people already, you know, have that in their business. But as a client, you know what I mean, right? Now, let's say that the person is insistent, I need it, you know, within 6 weeks. They're already not going to ask you for tomorrow, but they will say, I don't want it in 12 weeks, I want it in 6 weeks. What do? You charge them for that. You charge them for that. You say, you know, listen, I can try to convince those to move a little bit away, but it's going to cost you 50% more. And they will pay. And they will pay. So this system of planning your project and doing them the right way is going to gain you from everywhere around. It's just a matter of changing your mindset about that. Does that make sense? Okay, so guys, think about it, and if it works for you, if it works in your business, I suggest you do that. Now, for those of you that needs to do the multitasking because of interest, you know, because you get bored from doing the same thing, I understand, I'm like this. The reason why I was doing all those projects at the same time wasn't because I'm chaotic as much as because I'm getting bored from doing the same thing. If I need to develop a training and it takes me a week or 2 weeks, I don't want to do that every day. Okay, it's kind of getting boring at one point. So what we used to do, all of us, how many of you are liking to multitask? I like to multitask. You know that it's not good for you maybe, but you like. Okay, so that's 2/3 of the room. By the way, entrepreneurs are like that because entrepreneurs are usually creative and there's all those ideas popping up. So even if you're not planning to multitask, but you do something and then you heard something in the radio or you surfed on a website and you saw something and then, hey, I need to do this idea. You recognize that? Great. So the problem is that what we're multitasking is between projects, and that creates this. What I suggest is that you stay with this system and multitask in it. Okay? Multitask in it, and I'll explain it. Okay? For those of you that need the multitasking in order not to get bored and in order to keep the interest all the time, what you want to do is, let's say that you're developing right now, I don't know, you're creating a website for that person. Then spend some time on creating the code, and then move to the user interface, which is more graphic, and then move to I don't know how to organize the text. So find out, you know your project better than me, but you find out what in the project you can move in between. Maybe you need to do a little bit marketing of that project. Maybe you need to do a little bit of research for that. So move in between different parts within the same project. So you multitask within and not outside of the project.